Hey fellow Force users, what is up? It's Jasmine, the AhsokaTanoFan. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. So guys, it is time for another episode of Ahsoka. I got my Ahsoka shirt on just to represent. I just want to say also, guys, thank you so much for the support. Obviously, the show is a big show for me. I appreciate that you guys are checking out my videos, leaving the comments. I always appreciate the support. So far, guys, the series is off to a great start. Obviously, last week we had the first 2 episodes drop, and it looks like most of you enjoyed the start of the series. I think some of you maybe had some criticisms as well, which is fair. Some of you had thoughts about who the Inquisitor is. His name is Merrick, I believe, or Merrick. Not actually sure how you pronounce that. We see that Sabine and Ahsoka appear to have some sort of history that we still have to find out more about. It looks like at some point Ahsoka was training her as an apprentice and left. By the end of episode 2, it looks like Ahsoka was ready to get back into that role of master once again. We see Hera doing her thing. We saw her have some moments with Chopper, which was amazing. It definitely brought back some Rebels memories. We still have to find out what's going to happen with her son because we haven't seen him yet. The question is, will we see him at all even? And if so, when? We saw Professor Hu Yang again, which was nice, a nice Clone Wars callback. I still am wondering how he and Sabine actually met. I don't believe that we've seen that before. In terms of the main story, we see that Ahsoka was after a map which revealed the whereabouts of Thrawn and presumably Ezra, and that's basically what she set out to find. Found the map, and then Sabine lost the map, and so now we have to find out how they're going to get it back because it's in the hands of Shin, Baylan, and Morgan Elsbeth. There was also something mentioned called the Eye of Sion. We have to find out more about that. What exactly is the Eye of Sion? But whatever it is, it does seem to be the key to bringing Thrawn back, or at least that's kind of what Morgan hinted at by the end of episode 2 there. Going into episode 3, I'm definitely excited. I have lots of thoughts. So without further ado, guys, let's dive right into the episode and check out what's in store for us. So this is Ahsoka and Sabine. Okay. So she's got her training and everything. This reminds me of Grievous, guys. The multiple lightsabers.
Not bad, but not good.
Oh wait, are all the reds her mistakes?
Enough to get by.
Barely.
Hu Yang keeping it real.
Thank you, Hu Yang.
Yes, thank you, Hu Yang.
That means you can go now.
Your skill with a weapon comes from your Mandalorian upbringing. Will not be enough to defeat our enemy.
I learned that the hard way.
Yep.
Learning to wield the Force takes a deeper commitment. That's something you'll have to discover.
Well, I discovered that according to Hu Yang, I'm the worst candidate to be a Jedi out of every Jedi he's ever met.
Isn't that?
It's true.
I still can't believe he said that.
Doesn't matter.
Wow.
You're joking.
Does it look like she's joking? This is a major callback to the Jedi Youngling training.
I want you to see with more than just your eyes.
Ahsoka's gonna duel her?
Do you know where I am?
Next to Hu Yang.
Are you sure?
Oh.
You'd be dead.
Not if I could see you.
Feel my presence. Take in all that is around you.
I love this.
Sense my intention.
This reminds me of Tales of the Jedi, guys, big time. When Anakin was training her and telling her to sense which trooper was gonna fire.
Think. Feel the intention of the trooper who will fire first.
She's walking so quietly too, so it's actually hard to tell where she is. She's moving faster now.
Anger and frustration are quick to give power, but they also unbalance you.
She really looked like Sabine there in the face.
So again.
Let's go again. Oh, it's so much like Tales of the Jedi. She did learn a lot from Anakin. Time to fly, okay.
The Chancellor?
She's waiting. There are several senators with her.
Oh, we're gonna see Mon Mothma here.
Hera, you look well. How's young Jacen?
Fine.
She asked about
He's
Jacen.
on board. Somewhere.
Is he gonna be in the episode?
But if we could just hear the general's report, we're late as it is.
Quite right, Senator Sion.
Xiono, I guess, is someone they don't like.
I was attacked by Imperial loyalists, still working for Morgan Elsbeth. We have former Imperials working throughout every level of the New Republic government, all taken an oath of loyalty.
Right, that is reassuring.
But I believe their activity speaks to a larger operation.
It always does.
Involving Thrawn.
Oh.
Grand Admiral Thrawn.
I have reason to believe he's alive.
Isn't this just another attempt to gain New Republic resource? Your personal quest to find Ezra Bridger.
This guy is a pain in the ass.
Were you ever in the war, Senator?
That would be a no.
Sat back and waited to see who came out on top.
Oh, putting him on the spot.
The Imperial fleet is scattered and broken. They have no centralized command.
Unless Thrawn returns.
They act just like the Empire did when they were underestimating the rebels.
I fought against him.
Yep.
He killed friends, people who were like family to me. I've spent most of my life fighting a war, and that's why I'm trying to convince you to help me prevent another one.
Grand Admiral Thrawn is dead.
Oh my god.
Your friend Ezra Bridger heroically died with him.
You don't know that.
Mon Mothma's a chancellor right now. She was a senator in Andor, obviously.
Hey, Mom! Mom!
There he is!
True Aunt Sabine is gonna be a Jedi?
Wow. His hair grew a little.
I wanna be a Jedi.
Yeah, I know you do, Jacen.
Oh my gosh, I can't believe we saw him. Now he might actually be force sensitive because of Kanan, obviously, right?
Well, like you said, weapons I can handle.
That is a cool table.
I was hoping that the urgency of our situation could expedite my training a bit.
She always wants her training to go faster. It was the same thing with Kanan.
I can't use the Force.
Force resides in all living things, even you.
Why doesn't everyone use it?
Talent is a factor.
Midichlorians also. Is she gonna use the force right now? Yep.
Not everyone can handle the type of discipline it takes to master the ways of the Force.
Oh, look at her doing that so effortlessly.
Start small.
Just flexing in front of Sabine. She's looking at the cup. Let me just try to call it over.
You both knew this wouldn't be easy.
Well, what you said didn't help.
The Jedi Order would not have accepted her.
By their standards.
Standards proven over a millennia.
Damn.
Failed.
You,
Oh.
you do come from a long line of non-traditional Jedi. She fits right in.
Sabine, oh my gosh, she's gonna try and... No, girl, it doesn't work like that.
The Force is in all of us.
Is Ahsoka gonna walk in on her?
Sabine, I've got Hera.
Oh no.
You win this round.
The Senate committee wouldn't approve the mission. Sorry, Sabine. But it's not up to me. I have to follow the order.
Hera?
Uh-oh, that's not good.
We drop out of hyperspace so far from the planet.
Standard Jedi mission protocol. In order to avoid enemy surveillance.
He's still doing this?
Sabine's pretty funny in this. She was funny before too, but she has a lot of humor in this one.
Whatever it is has a signature which is unknown to me.
The Eye of Sion, is that what it is? Shoot. Okay, so Shin and the Inquisitor, Merak.
Tailgun, please.
On it.
Ahsoka's always so calm. Tail gun, please. She never freaks out, you know?
Close range and engage.
Is Shin by herself right now, or is she with Balin?
Hey, hold it steady!
Remember, learn to anticipate.
Now's not the time for a lesson! You Yang anything yet?
On the object, no. However, I have several thoughts on everything else going
Yang,
on.
not now.
Oh, she looks a little worried there.
Get ready.
Ready.
What is she planning? Sabine.
Dive!
That music, that was some of Ahsoka's theme in there, I think.
Ready. Now!
Whoa. Okay, now then they'll focus on each target? Wait, does that mean the Inquisitor's dead? No, right? I hope he's not dead already. That would kind of be a waste. That's it, right? The Eye of Sion? You're gonna go in it?
Morgan, they're entering your sector.
Are they going right into a trap right now? I feel like they are.
Prepare turbo lasers.
Yeah, I don't know. This seems like a trap to me. Because they can't even see that the hyperspace ring has guns. Okay, no, he's still alive.
Just keep the ship steady while I attempt to run my scan.
Open fire.
Ah, this is not good.
See if you can get a little closer.
Are you crosswired?
Closer, please.
Hahaha. Are you crossfired?
Steady, steady. This is intolerable.
You wanted close.
They're getting shot at, man. How steady can they keep it?
Just a moment.
What is he gonna do?
Scan complete.
What just happened? No, did he make them invisible to scanners? Oh wait, that doesn't look too good though. He finished his scan though?
You almost got them. I have eyes on them.
That girl's scary, man. Shin, something about her. I like her though, she's a good villain.
Work fast, I'm going out there.
Out there. Out where?
Oh, lightsaber duel incoming. I say they gotta get Hu Yang back online though, because that's probably their best chance of escaping. Oh my god! Spacesuit Ahsoka. I haven't seen this since the Clone Wars season 2, I believe? Cargo of Doom? What? That is sick. Oh shoot, I need that outfit.
I see her.
That is insane. Look at her outfit. Oh my gosh.
For one time, I could use your advice.
What? This is such a cool scene. What? Oh my gosh. I can't believe we're looking at this right now. I can't believe this.
Did you fix the ship yet?
Look at her floating around.
I got it.
Great. Now get me.
Better move quick, Sabine. So her boots must be pressurized or whatever you call it to compensate for the lack of gravity. That was sick. What? That was such a cool scene.
Tracking something up ahead.
Thrawn. I don't know. Oh no, not these guys. Oh my gosh, the species name is escaping me, but we've seen them a number of times in Rebels. And maybe in the Clone Wars as well. They were in the series finale of Rebels. They jumped to hyperspace with Ezra and Thrawn. Purgils, that's what they're called. I feel like if they keep shooting, they're gonna piss off the Purgils and then get attacked by them, maybe. Shoot. She's determined to get them.
Where are they?
Oh, they're behind you, aren't they? Maybe not.
And complete.
Oh my gosh.
What did I miss?
Everything.
We almost died.
Multiple times.
Standard operating procedure.
They gotta make sure they're not spotted though, because their ship isn't exactly discreet.
Suppose that's true.
Shutting down.
I hope they didn't forget to turn off anything.
They must be hiding in the forest. Let's regroup.
Man, this girl doesn't give up.
Think we can chance it?
Don't do it. I think maybe they should have waited a little longer.
Haven't seen those creatures since the day Ezra disappeared.
Yup. Maybe it's a sign that you're gonna find him soon.
The enemy vessel is still under construction.
So it is a hyperspace ring.
Yes, but I have never seen one built on this scale.
With that, make a jump to a neighboring galaxy.
Yes, I believe it could.
Oh, she knows what
The
it's for
Union
now.
Archives speak of intergalactic hyperspace lane, which used to follow the migration paths of Purgle.
Like the ones we just saw.
When
When you were asleep, shut down. The Purgle took Ezra and Thrawn through hyperspace, so I guess they figure if they recreate something with that same amount of power, they can go where Thrawn is.
Hunt them down.
Wait, it's not over, is it? The way the music's kind of building up. Ah, for real? Ah, not already. All right, guys. So another great episode. I really am loving this series so far. And I promise I'm not just saying that because it's Ahsoka. But there are a lot of great things from that episode. Really quickly, I just wanted to say that when they landed on Seatos, it was the same planet that we had seen from the last episode as well. But for some reason, that shot of them descending into the forest definitely reminded me of Raxus when Ahsoka and Padme went there to meet up with Mina Bonteri and Lux Bonteri. And also reminded me of when Dooku and Windu went there to retrieve the body body of a fallen Jedi Master, and they had to do the whole investigation thing. Just visually, the scenes were kind of similar to me, so that was pretty cool. You saw a lot more of the Ahsoka and Sabine relationship and the training that went on. Ahsoka training Sabine definitely reminded me a lot of how Anakin trained her in the Tales of the Jedi episode. He was teaching her to basically trust her instincts and to anticipate which trooper would fire first, and that is what essentially, saved her in Order 66 when the clones did turn on her. And so to hear her say kind of similar words to Sabine was big. She was telling her to learn how to anticipate and to see with more than just your eyes, that kind of thing. So that was really cool. That was a neat scene. I love seeing Ahsoka teach and pass on the knowledge that she's learned over the years onto Sabine in the way that it was passed on to her. And I also like the scene where they were working together trying to shoot down the other ships. At one point, Ahsoka kind of relied on Sabine's input and asked her what she wanted to do. You almost felt that they were both teaching each other in a way. I think that was just meant to show us that they do work well together. They do make a good team. And on a side note, Hu Yang was killing me. He was so funny. The way that he was just being brutally honest all the time, his delivery was so direct. I do like the relationship with the three of them, and especially the relationship between Hu Yang and Sabine is kind of humorous. That scene with Ahsoka in the spacesuit was just incredible. That was so unique. To my knowledge, I don't believe we've seen anything quite like that before. For her to be deflecting bolts in space in a spacesuit, it was just crazy. And she was flipping in the air, and then she sliced one of the ships. I just think that was an incredible scene. And I love how the series so far has given us lightsaber action in every episode. I love that. That was just creative, and I think it really spoke to Ahsoka's skill. And it was nice to see her in a suit again. As I mentioned in my reaction, I don't recall seeing her in a suit since season 2 of the Clone Wars Cargo of Doom, when her and Anakin went up against Cad Bane. The one thing I'll say with the whole Ahsoka Sabine training thing with the Force, I do like that Ahsoka emphasized she doesn't want Sabine to be a Jedi, she wants Sabine to be herself. And that kind of plays into what I said in the last couple of videos, which is that I don't necessarily feel that Sabine should be Force sensitive and be turned into this Jedi type character, because I think that she has a lot to offer on her own as someone who's not Force sensitive, of Mandalorian background, someone who's been a rebel. My hope is just that they don't turn her into that. And the one thing I'll say too is I do definitely understand the concept of the Force existing in every living being to a certain degree, but the one thing I want to make sure that this show doesn't do, and the rest of the Star Wars universe, is make it seem like it's very common, I guess, to be able to wield the Force. Or not even so much common, but make it seem as though anybody can actually call on the Force and wield the Force in a way that a Jedi can. There's something kind of special and rare with there being Force users, people who are Force sensitive. That was the big thing during the prequel era and the original trilogy, was Force sensitive people. You had to hide Luke and Leia's existence from the public because they were Force sensitive, and they didn't want the Empire going after them, and the whole midichlorian thing. Ahsoka mentioned it takes a long time and a lot of discipline to master the way of the Force, but look at Grogu from the Mandalorian, for example. How much has he trained, and he's still able to call on things with the Force? But it's not necessarily because he's mastered that skill, it's because he's Force sensitive and he has that midichlorian count. So I don't know, on one hand, I think that it's great that Ahsoka understands that you do need to be disciplined to a certain degree to be able to wield the Force and control it in the way that she's had to learn over the years. But I also want it to be known that, or I guess stress, that you have to be Force sensitive to a degree to be able to call on the Force like she can, I don't want it to be a thing where like at the end of the series, because of Sabine's training and discipline, now she can call things with the Force. It just kind of downplays the whole idea of being Force sensitive in the first place and that being a special rare thing. I don't know, that's just my opinion anyway. You guys can let me know what you think about that down below in the comments. One other thing I wanted to point out from this episode was the appearance of Hera and Kanan's son, Jacen Syndulla. That was great. I did mention this in the last couple of videos. I was wondering when or if they were going to show her son. You kind of knew that they had to though, because how could you not? I'm really wondering what kind of role he's going to play going forward, because his father being Force sensitive would highly imply that he's Force sensitive, and so will he be trained in the ways of the Force and end up being a Jedi? You see what I mean though? Someone like Jacen Syndulla, it literally makes sense that he's trained in the ways of the Force because he's literally Force sensitive, presumably. But unless Sabine's Force sensitive, it doesn't make sense that she calls on the Force in the same way that Jedi do. Learning the fighting styles will be beneficial so she can protect herself, and maybe the whole discipline that comes with the Jedi Order and that sort of thing. But beyond that, I really don't want to see Sabine using the Force to push people and call things. Anyways, back to Jacen Syndulla. So yeah, it was really great seeing him, and I think that it also brought back a lot of emotion and memories to Kanan. You could see in Hera's performance, or Mary Elizabeth Winstead's performance, that she's really gone through a lot. You can kind of hear in her voice all the loss that she's been through and everything she's seen, and you could feel Kanan's absence and the toll that's taken on her. And you feel it even more when you see their son, knowing that his dad is no longer there. And it makes you wonder too, what exactly she told him. Did she explain how dad died? That's a conversation I would like to see, or at least have talked about in the series. What did Hera tell her son about his dad's passing? The senators, that conversation was interesting. So first of all, we see Mon Mothma, which is great to see her again. And this time she's not a senator, she's a chancellor, so she's moving up there. There was also another senator as well, Senator Xiono, who his son, Kaz, or Kazuda Xiono, was from Star Wars Resistance. And I'm pretty sure that was the father, not the son. He definitely seemed like he was a little bit of a pain in the ass, to put it nicely. He seemed like he was not interested in helping Hera. Quite frankly, all of them except Mon Mothma seemed very overconfident, I think, in the New Republic. They spoke very similar to how the Empire spoke of the rebels. The Empire often talked about their power, thought that they were above the rebels, and they basically dismissed them as just being a scattered network of fighters here and there with no real power. And then look what ended up happening. The rebellion won and took down the Empire. And you're kind of seeing the same problem with the New Republic. They have that same mindset. They think that now because people swore loyalty to them, that their problems are solved. And we're going to see later down the road, obviously that's not the case, and then the First Order ends up rising again. So just kind of this vicious cycle, it seems like, that keeps happening, going back and forth. It seems as though they never learn from past mistakes. We saw a similar thing play out in The Mandalorian as well. With Carson, that pilot, he was trying to warn his superiors that the Empire is growing again, and they just kind of wanted to ignore him. I also love how Thrawn has been name dropped so far, but not actually shown. I think that just kind of builds up the suspense a little bit, and definitely gives the impression that this is a big character, a big villain, and he is known by many. And I think that when he finally does make his appearance, it's going to be a lot more intense, because we've been hearing about him this whole time but haven't yet seen him. It's almost as if they're saving the big bad for last. We saw the Eye of Sion by the end of the episode as well, and it looks like it is nearing completion, and that is presumably going to help bring Thrawn back. As Hu Yang talked about, the Purgles, those creatures that sent Ezra and Thrawn into hyperspace, they have the ability to travel really far distances at really high speeds, and it looks like the Eye of Sion is supposed to use a similar amount of power. You can kind of look at it like the closer the Eye of Sion gets to completion, the closer we get to seeing Thrawn in the flesh, and presumably Ezra. Yeah, we'll just have to wait and see what happens, guys. It looks like now they are in the forest, Ahsoka, Sabine, and Hu Yang, and they are about to be hunted down by Baylan and Shin and their forces. So we gotta see how they get out of that. Overall, guys, again, a great episode. I'm loving the series so far. You let me know down below in the comments, as always, what you guys thought of the episode. And don't forget to leave a like and subscribe, guys. And I will see you next week for an all-new episode of Ahsoka. Until next time, guys, take care and see you soon.